Hello brothers and sisters, welcome to another episode here on Dangerous African Confessions HD. Before we go into what we have for this episode, I would love to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you who is part of this family. The time you spend to watch these videos means a lot to us as a team. And it encourages us to continue to bring these confessions to our dear family, so that we all can one way or the other learn from their stories. We appreciate your subscription and likes, as well as the comments. Thank you, and let's get to what we have for today. In this episode, we have the continuation of the story from our brother Richard, who was sharing with us the kind of unthinkable things he has done and the consequences that he is facing now. In this captivating story, Richard shares with us the kind of life and the things he has done in search for money, and what led him into this now. As part of our policy, I've made some editing to hide the identity. Please kindly subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Without wasting much of your time, let's go and listen to the story.
When we came home, I asked my friend why he was behaving that way when we were at the man's place. He told me he was just shocked to hear what I was supposed to do. About some days after we returned from the man's place, I visited my mother and sister. When my mother saw me, she looked at me in a way that she has never done before. She then said that, when you are in too much of a hurry to take something, you miss it. This thing that she said to me hit me so bad that it got me thinking. So, I actually went out of the house just some few minutes there. When I got back to my friend's place, I started thinking about what my mother had said to me earlier. Honestly, I couldn't eat the whole day. I went to bed on an empty stomach. Everything about what I wanted to do had just gone out of my mind just like that. When my friends ask about it, I tell them, my sister had traveled and so, I was waiting for her to return. But for my friends, they were of course doing their rituals as they were told by the priest. A month after we had visited the man, one of our guys said he was going to town to buy some items. Later in the evening, we heard the news that he has been knocked down by a car and he died at the spot. Right after hearing the news, I knew they had used him for the rituals. Because that was what was supposed to happen. Everyone was quiet in the house for almost a week. None was talking to anybody. It was like, you know deep within you that you are the cause of the person's death. And you just can't say anything about it. We visited his family home and also greeted the family as the custom is. The other two made a promise of footing the bills of the casket that will be used for his burial. This they made to his father and mother. Reason they gave was that he was our best friend, and that is the only way they can show their love and respect to him and the family he comes from. When we returned home in the evening, the man that we went to for spiritual help called. He asked that one of the sacrifices is done and wanted to know why the other one is still not yet done. I knew he was referring to me. So, I told him that my sister had traveled. He laughed and told me that I dare not lie to him. Because he can see my sister right in our house cooking. He described our house with details. He wanted me to be prepared for my death if I failed to do what is expected of me. He ended the call. My friend now called me out of the room. He told me that he knows how I feel about the whole thing. That is why he has not said anything to me about the whole thing. But he is begging me to go ahead with it since it has already been given to me to do. He said that, if he knew this was what the whole thing would turn out to be, he wouldn't have involved himself into it in the first place. He was full of regret. From losing a friend because of your quest to get money, and now, I have to go and sleep with my blood sister. He told me that he doesn't know what is going to happen in the next days, but he doesn't want to lose me as a friend. I thanked him and asked him if he will be able to accompany me to do that very act. He stood there for some time before he agreed to help me with it. So, on the next day, I called my sister that I was coming to the house to take her out, so she should prepare. My mother didn't want her to come. But she insisted she wanted to come and see me. She came, and me and my sister and my friend, we went to this pub in the evening to have some fun. She had no clue what was actually planned for her. I ordered for some yam chips and alcoholic drinks. I knew she was not someone who could drink, an alcoholic. But I convinced her to take it. After drinking it, she was behaving some way, so I took her to the house. I took her to where me and my friends are. That evening, I slept with my sister while she was drunk. I never knew that what I just did was not going to get me any money, but rather take her life. What happened was that it was after the death of my sister that I got to know a lot about what took place behind my back. My friend told me that when he went to this friend I said was making it in the scamming business, he told my friend that they should go to the man and see what the man will say. So, when they went to the man, he told them that he needed the blood of a virgin lady. With that blood, they will be able to get as much money as they so wish to get without having to do any other sacrifice again. But the problem is that the two of them didn't have a sister or know any lady who is a virgin. That was when that guy brought my sister into the issue. I was always talking about how my sister is pure and I know she has not slept with any man before. They never knew I was just putting my sister in a good light before them. So, to that guy, he thought my sister was a virgin just like I used to talk about. But I know she wasn't. Honestly, I don't know why I wanted to present her that way in front of them. So, the guy brought the idea to use my sister for the sacrifice, but my friend rejected the idea. But unknown to my friend, the guy had gone to arrange with the priest about my sister and my coming. So, inasmuch as I was sleeping with my sister thinking I would be getting money, I was rather killing my sister as a sacrifice for the guy to rather make the money. Everything that was given to me and the things I did was all done in place of the guy. It was then that I remembered what my friend did when we were at the man's place. When the man mentioned that I had to sleep with my own sister, he realized that something was wrong. He couldn't pinpoint it. Reason is that he thought if it was the guy, then he should be the one sleeping with my sister and not me. That was the reason he decided not to talk about it. So the whole thing with my sister happened, and the next morning, she woke up and she said she was feeling some pains under her, and that she has been touched. When she told us that she felt someone was sleeping with her, I told her that maybe it was because of the drink and she was having that dream, and she has discharged probably because of she thought it was real. I and my friend teased her, and that made her feel that maybe it is true that it was just a dream. Again, I told her I wouldn't watch someone to sleep with her whilst I am around. She did cook and we all ate that day, and went home in the evening. My sister's death came about a month or so after what I did. My mother said she started complaining of her stomach and fell on the ground. That was it. She was gone. I never knew that I was actually sleeping with her, and on top of it, she would die. My friend's money had started coming, but I wasn't seeing anything after doing what I was supposed to do. So, my friend asked that we visited the man without that guy knowing. We went to the man, and it was there that he revealed to us what the guy actually did after first going there with my friend. He said, for him, he does not ask certain things. He only tells you what you need for the sacrifice, and when you are able to provide it, he will go ahead with it. He said he didn't need to sleep with the lady. Once I was there and I went through all the process, I had already substituted him. So, whatever I do, will be like he is the one. But then, once he had played on my innocence, he did cast something and told us that he will never enjoy whatever he has gained from that very sacrifice. We came home and we heard that he was driving and his car caught fire. The moment he stepped out of the car, he started taking off his clothes. He went completely mad right there. This is how I killed my sister for money and never even got the money. Please, my brothers and sisters, especially my brothers, some things are not worth it in the first place to try. Please do hustle your own hustle and never try to get rich by shortcuts. If care is not taken, that same shortcut will end your life. Now, anytime I see my mother's face, I feel like there is a truth that I need to tell her. And it is killing me inside. Please let's learn to honor and respect our humble beginning. Thank you, brother.
Please kindly subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Like I always say, these are not just stories for story's sake. They are meant for us not to make these mistakes our brothers and sisters are making. That's why we share these stories with you. I hope we've all learned something important from the story. In our quest to make it in life in our various workplaces, please let's be mindful of the choices that we make, because it can either make or unmake you in the long run. And also let us be mindful of some of the friends we choose and the kind of life we want and wish to live, because we go from one before we get to two. Therefore, what you may be experiencing today may be your text for tomorrow's victory. You can never escape the lessons of nature and expect to have everything in full without its consequences. Work your way to the top, one day at a time, and see how far you can count your blessings, than resorting to these kinds of solutions, which will at the end destroy you. Please, be you, and never think of becoming like somebody. Try and become your own self. There is something good in everybody. Please search for it. And that will pave the way for you to become who you truly want to be. Remember, life is not a race, where we all must fight to make it to the finish line in time. Our destinies are different, so choose how you live your life wisely. Stay blessed and be safe. Thanks for being a part of this growing family. Kindly share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. And if you are new here, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you for listening to this episode. Watch out for our next confession.